What's up, team? Okay, so if you've been following the stream the last few months, you know I've been working on and building a really profitable scalping day trading system, and I'm finally done building it, and it 100% legitimately works in the stock market. If you've been watching my stream, I show my P&L at the end of every single stream, and so you can follow along with how the system is doing. I also upload my trades live to TraderView, so you can see me upload them completely live on stream as well. And so again, I can't reinforce enough, this system 100% legitimately works, and in today's video we're going to break that fully down so you can understand it. Before we take a look at that, if you want to help support our completely free content, hit the like, hit the subscribe button below, and make sure to catch us live on stream every weekday morning. Now with all that said, let's take a look at the system. Okay, so a huge component of the system we're looking at is where the stock is relative to the VWAP. If a stock opens up really extended above the VWAP like you can see here, it's usually going to correct and pull back some, at least to test that VWAP area. And so I really can't reinforce this enough that we can't buy stocks that are super extended above the VWAP. When a stock opens up like that, it's almost always going to correct, and so we wait for a stock to actually confirm that VWAP level first, like you can see here. If a stock holds at the VWAP, it's confirming that upward trend that we need to attack bullish strategies. And so finding that here is a really good sign, and that's when we start to prepare to enter our position if we can find one. Most of this system revolves around buying pullbacks, and this example is no exception. And so once we push up here, we're looking for a pullback level that we can scale into. Now it doesn't really matter if we get fully back to that pullback level. All that matters is that we hold over it and that we can scale into the position there. And so as you can see a new candle forming, that's when we wait to scale into our position. We don't want to buy a position into that first candle because those can always reject really quickly, and it just doesn't help with sentiment on the chart. And so instead we wait for a new candle to open up like this, and as soon as it starts to pull back to that level, we slowly start to scale into our position, anticipating a bounce that we can scale out of. That's exactly what we got here, and you can see we're not taking huge sizing in these trades. We're not looking for home runs here. We're looking for small base hits that we can do over and over again, and taking advantage of good risk reward situations and good accuracy. And so after the opening bell, now that we've gotten our first trade out the way, we can see a really good sign on this chart. We can see a stock that's maintaining above the VWAP level, thus confirming that bullish or upward trend, and we know that we have a lot of pullback areas to the VWAP that we can attack. You can see us enter another pullback trade here, and in this specific example, we're using that previous pullback low of that candle as our risk level. If we break underneath that, it's a really obvious exit, and we could just get out and stop out of that trade with a small loss. But as long as we can maintain above that previous low, we can look for another bounce just like the last example. We don't mind doing this over and over again because again, we're taking really small sizing, we're establishing a really tight risk level, which is why our system has pretty solid reward to risk ratios, and we're just looking for small base hits that we can do over and over again. You can see it pull up here and we can slowly scale out, again taking another small base hit and looking for more pullback levels after maintaining a bullish trend that we can buy into. And to be honest, this is the basis of a huge part of our trading system. We're looking for stocks that are again maintaining a specific trend. We identify that by looking at where it is relative to the VWAP. If the stock is confirming the VWAP every time it pulls back to it, we know it's in a bullish or upward trend, and that's the most ideal time to attack these pullback scalps. If the stock is not maintaining over the VWAP, say it's maybe below the VWAP looking weak, of course we're not going to attack bounce positions or bullish positions because again, it's in a bearish trend at that point. And so we're trying to judge the sentiment using the VWAP, and we're trying to see who's in control, either the bulls or the bears. If the bulls are in control and the stock is maintaining over the VWAP area, then we don't mind finding support and resistance levels that we can pull back into and then scalp out using the scalping system. Again, this scalping system works really well if you can stay disciplined enough to do that, and it's something that you're just going to have to condition yourself to do through repetition overall. Okay, so the next part of the scalping system that I really wanted to talk about is how to approach breakout candles. A lot of traders get this wrong because they simply buy it at high of the day levels, but experienced traders are attacking the top of that range and they're usually taking profits there. And so a better way to approach these type of breakout high of the day candles is to wait for a new candle to open up and then attack the small pullback, scalping out very quickly. You could see this stock start to test these high of the day levels, and we're waiting for a new candle to open up. Once that happens, we slowly start to scale into our position again to a confirmed support level like you can see here at around 980. We scale in very quickly, and then we immediately scale out on the bounce, taking profit and moving on with our day. Just like the last few, really what we're focusing on here is small base hits. We're not looking for home run positions, we're not taking huge sizing, and we're not holding on to a lot of risk. We're getting in and getting out very quickly, having an edge in short-term gains, and then moving on with our trading day. And I really can't reinforce or stress this enough because it's a huge part of the trading system. And so I really hope that makes sense here. Okay, so now that we've taken a look at a few different long trade examples, let's look at the short side now. Now, my favorite thing to target on the short side with this specific system is really obvious and self-evident sentiment changes. Now, if we look at AMD here, we can see a stock that's been maintaining above the VWAP all day so far, and what we're specifically looking for is we want to see that trend completely change very quickly in a really obvious way. And the way a lot of traders look at that is when it breaks underneath the VWAP area. Now, since so many traders are using and analyzing and trading off of the VWAP, when a stock breaks underneath that level, the sentiment on that stock is usually going to change. Long traders get nervous, short traders get ready to jump in, and so that's the sentiment change we're targeting. And so you can see when AMD starts to break over the VWAP, we get a really nice rejection back down to test that previous low of the day. And just like the last example, we're simply not buying it at this low of the day level. Instead, we're going to wait for a small bounce that we can short into. And to understand the psychology of this bounce, when this stock bounces after testing a low of the day level, long traders are exiting at a little bit more favorable of a level than before, and short traders like me are jumping in. Both of those things is going to help this stock come right back down, and we're going to be able to profit on a really quick short-term scalping trade on the short side. And so you can see once we bounce here, that's when we're starting to scale into our position, and we're looking to exit on a small rejection back down to test those previous lows or a little bit below that. That way we can move on to our next trade and continue to attack these type of sentiment changes. Again, I can't stress this enough. What we're really doing here is taking small base hits. We're not looking for home run trades. We're not looking for complete breakdowns. We're simply scalping into that small bounce, exiting on the lows, and then moving on with our next trade. And again, if you can stay disciplined and selective with this system, it's worked really well for me so far, and we're going to keep growing our account using this type of strategy. Alright team, so now that we've looked at the multiple different examples in this system, the last condition that you really need to focus on is volume. Without good volume, these patterns and strategies that you just saw in this video simply don't work as well. For me personally, I need at least 300,000 shares traded per minute in volume for me to take the trade with any of these. And so make sure you don't skip on that. It's incredibly important to pay attention to. Also, understand that we are not investment professionals. I can't guarantee that any of these systems or strategies will work for you. And this is really just a part one of a multiple part series on my specific scalping system. And so if you want to help support us, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you want to check out the future episodes. You can also click the notification bell to get an alert anytime we go live or drop a video just like this. Good luck in the market, guys, and we'll see you all next time. Have a good day, team.